everyone, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is Wednesday, May 4th. I'm Tracy McCain here with, can we call you guys like the boy squad?
Dude crew?
The
Dude crew.
The dude
I
crew.
like it.
I like that.
Or it could be like Gladys Knight. Okay, never mind.
You want us to be the Pips?
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it. Yeah, but it's cool. We'll
Leave it to Ben to say.
Just go stand up front, Tracy, okay?
Okay. No. I'm comfortable right here. I'm Tracy McCain here with Ed Matthews, Ben Briscoe, and Christian Morgan. It is a fun day here in the Triad, only because the sunshine, it just makes you feel good. The heat and humidity, that's a different story.
That makes you sweat.
But the sun,
Just focus on the positive, the silver linings.
kind of what I do, Because if I talked about the humidity and how I have to curl my hair 10 times a morning, I would be sad.
You'd be talking about it for a long time. Right on through the summer.
Trust me, it gets to be summer, and then every morning Tracy's like, how bad is the humidity? I'm like, well, how many times have you curled your hair this morning?
Seriously. Yeah, because by 5 a.m. I've done it at least 3 times. I'm no longer going to do it at home. I'm just going to come in.
Tracy's curl meter.
That's it.
Does the hairspray not work? I'm asking because I literally don't know the answer.
I was going to say, how would you know?
Your hair's always in place. It's amazing.
I think it makes it worse, to be honest with you, because then it gets sticky and
You
dry.
use too much of it, it starts to weight it down.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a
Christian
little sticky in the
This stuff
garden.
right here, right now, this stuff could stop a train up here.
I'm so sorry you have that problem.
Sorry, wrong person to say that to.
We're all rocking the styles that, fit us, and yours certainly fits you.
Today's style definitely needs to be probably like a tank top and shorts.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because it's going to be warm.
Yeah, feeling like summer again today, this afternoon. Heat, humidity. What is it we always say? It's not the heat, it's the humidity, right? That really is a factor today. Already starting out warm. Take a look at the numbers from yesterday too. 86 was the highest, our warmest day of 2020 so far. And in fact, it's our warmest day that we've had since September of last year. So it's been a while. 57 was the morning low yesterday. The averages right now are 75 and 53. So by all accounts, it was a warmer than average day of weather. And take a look at where we're starting this morning. We didn't drop below 60 degrees this morning. 65 in Greensboro, 67 Winston-Salem right now, 66 in Asheboro, 66 in Lexington as well. Upper 50s in the Wilkesboros and low 60s in the mountains this morning too. And here's the big culprit, all of the humidity. Dew points in the low 60s already early this morning, almost unheard of for May, especially for the morning hours. So another day of that, and then we get a little bit of a break as we go into tomorrow. Right now, taking a look at the radar, really nothing much to write home about other than just a few clouds. But if we zoom this out on a wider view, you see that leading edge of rain that's all moving ahead of a cold front that's on the way as we go into this afternoon. Ahead of that front, of course, we have all this warm and juicy air pouring in from the south and out of the southwest from the Gulf of Mexico. And as that front slides by, it actually helps to lift the air, kind of forces the air to rise, and it can really tap into that juicy air and could be able to form a couple thunderstorms, a lot like we saw yesterday afternoon. By tomorrow, though, once that front moves past us, high pressure will briefly take control from the north. That'll give us a slightly cooler day. It also brings in some lower humidity air with it as well, and that will be a nice relief. Of course, by the time we get into your Friday and into the weekend, we have another system on the way for Friday into Saturday, which likely brings us some scattered showers and storms again. So for today, overall, that severe weather risk is quite low. Main timing is going to be from about 2 p.m. until about 8 p.m. There will not be a ton of storms, but it's just one of those days where it's a good idea to keep check periodically on the weather from time to time, especially if you have plans to be outside. If you're doing an afternoon jog or a workout or something, you don't want to get caught in one of those storms if they pop up. Main concerns with any storms that get strong will be a damaging wind gust or possibly some hailstones as well. Otherwise, it's a partly sunny day of weather for most of us with highs in the mid 80s again today. Warm and muggy, yes, and then we get a break in that humidity for your Thursday. And it's a tad cooler. I know it's still near 80, but with the lower humidity and 5-6 degrees cooler, makes for a more pleasant day of weather to be outside. Scattered showers, a couple thunderstorms likely for your Friday into Saturday, and we are cooling down by the time we get to Mother's Day. We could be left with a leftover shower early Sunday morning, but we are drying out for the afternoon with a partly cloudy sky and 66 for Moms. And then after that, we're dry kicking off next week, warming back up to the mid-70s by Tuesday.
All right, guys, it is a conversation perfect for these hot days. I say hot, some people say warm. I think it's hot outside, so of course.
I do too.
What do you say when it gets into the 90s?
extremely hot.
Sweltering.
I say, Lord bless. Help.
Exactly. Yeah, water, please. I mean, there's so many different ways to say it's hot, but excruciatingly warm. Yeah, probably tops it for me. Okay, so first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Bluebell's new flavored ice cream that's inspired by wedding cake. It's hitting stores just in time for the wedding season, and again, these hot temperatures.
We want to hear what you think about this. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? How do you like to eat it? Do you like to eat it with fruit? People do that. I mean, strawberries.
Oh,
I guess,
yeah,
right? And
toppings.
cherry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cake or nuts? Just let us know.
Yeah.
In the meantime, here are the details on Bluebell's latest release. Their bride's cake ice cream is described as a luscious almond ice cream with white cake pieces surrounded by a rich amaretto cream cheese icing swirl.
Oh, that sounds
You trying to
good.
read that like the commercial guy?
I felt like it needed to be a little British accent for some reason, yeah.
It worked, because I'm like, yes, this sounds good.
It's available right now in half-gallon and pint sizes.
Oh, that sounds really good.
You know how fast I can go through a pint of ice cream?
A lot.
Very
Very
quickly.
fast.
I could eat one on this show and have it done by the time we wrap this up.
I mean, a pint is basically a big bowl.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. A pint is like a half, wait,
Future nutritionist, how much ice cream should we actually eat?
a scoop.
That's it?
Yeah, a scoop.
Sorry.
You know, that's like eating one potato chip. It
No.
ain't gonna happen.
A scoop of ice
That's
cream.
like
Yeah, a
eating
scoop.
20 potato chips.
Okay, I'm gonna eat one scoop, and then 3 seconds later, eat another scoop.
That's it.
Ice cream
3
is one of
seconds
those
later?
things where
Yeah,
I don't
probably.
care how much you
Yeah.
put in front of me. If
It's
it's in
gonna
the
be
bowl,
gone.
I'm eating it.
Yeah.
Right. I understand. I mean, really, it just depends on how much you want.
This is why here's my rule about ice cream. I won't buy it and keep it in the house. If I want it, I have to go get it somewhere, because if it's in the house, I'm gonna eat all of it. I don't have that self-control.
Very few people do. I mean, I didn't always have self-control. And in some things, I still don't.
What is the secret to getting it?
Just telling yourself, do I need this to feel better emotionally, or do I need this to continue through my day nutritionally?
Both.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that would be my answer. to both.
This is how I know I have a problem.
An ice cream problem.
You base your food decisions off of emotion. Most people do.
It's not a want, it's a need.
No, right, yeah. And I'm certainly not like the authority of this at all, but that's just what kind of works for me. Like, I make a decision, like, is this what's going to get me through the day, or is this what I need to like emotionally cope with all the stress in my life? Which sometimes can be one and the same.
I mean, I might need to emotionally eat right now, because these comments are making me hungry.
Golly, I love
Yes,
these things.
absolutely.
We have got Brian saying Rocky Road, Joanne, anything with chocolate. Rhonda, love butter pecan, but also salted caramel truffle. Oh.
Rhonda.
Yeah, all these sound so good.
Tanya said cookies and cream or vanilla with cake. Tanya, you're my girl. I love cookies and cream.
Can't go wrong with that.
Belinda said butter pecan or pecan, depending on where you're from, with Chips Ahoy cookies and fresh baked apple pie.
Oh.
Dee
Yes.
likes the same. We had somebody say, yep, LeVar said strawberry or peach. Our Brian said vanilla with any pound cake. And Sandra agreed with you. She said, Ben, I'm the same way. Can't bring it in my house because I will eat it all.
And
so hard.
And it depends on what you're eating it with. It, you know, whatever you're eating it with depends on what flavor of ice cream that you're going to have. Because you can do a good cinnamon ice cream with an apple pie.
I've never had cinnamon ice cream.
Child.
Woo! Cinnamon ice cream, that sounds delicious.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Now, I've had cinnamon as a topping, you know, but never like, oh, I'm going
I've
to
also
look
had
that up.
I've also had a chocolate pie with a homemade bourbon ice cream too.
Okay, now that I do love.
Yeah.
They do make these liquor ice creams that are very good.
I've never had, I mean, there's one with the amaretto on the, I'm like amaretto for the Bluebell. It sounds delicious just because
sound
I
good.
like that flavor. But so what are these ones with
The bourbon
liquor?
one is by far the best. I agree, always. But I do wonder about this wedding cake ice cream. Like, why wedding cake? Because there's so many better cakes out there.
Let me tell you something. Might be a hot take. Most wedding cakes that I've had are dry as a board. So this ice cream better have
Do you
some
think that's
flavor.
because they're so big?
I think people try to go too big on the wedding cake and then it dries out. Now, not to say there aren't some really good wedding cakes out there. If you make one, I will gladly taste test it for you. But I'm interested in what this tastes like. If it's just standard wedding cake, usually doesn't have a lot of flavor.
Oh, false.
I do.
Like mine had a lot of flavor.
I do
There's
feel
like
like
strawberry raspberry.
See? Yeah.
this is going to be like the ultimate breakup ice cream, though, because you're already in your feelings. So of course you're going to say, "Oh, the wedding cake one. Like I'm not going to have that. I'm going to sit there and eat all that." So I feel like maybe it's a marketing ploy.
It's always about selling something.
What about a wedding ice cream cake? Right? I love an
would be
ice
good.
cream cake.
That would not be dry.
It would not be dry.
Yeah.
You could pair that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about all these
I'd be-
combinations in my head.
I
right
would
now.
just go to Carvel and get one of those ice cream cakes with the little cookie crumbles in it. So delicious.
I don't know. I think the best wedding cake of all time, period, is the groom's cake from Still Magnolias.
Oh man,
The
classic
armadillo
movie.
okay.
with
Yes.
the
The armadillo.
red velvet.
Yeah, chopping of the rear part of the armadillo cake.
Well, it's all interesting. I love all these different flavors that you guys are talking about, certainly making me hungry. I would be willing to try this wedding cake. I mean, I'll try any type of ice cream, but give me the basics. I like butter pecan, peach in season, fresh peaches
Now you're
in
talking.
peach ice cream, and fresh strawberries in strawberry ice cream. It's got to be in a waffle cone. I'll eat
Yes,
it.
sir.
I'll eat it in a bowl, but waffle cone is the best.
And you got to go to one of those places and either do it at home or go to one of those places where you walk in and the aroma of the waffle cone just washes over you.
Yeah.
Face.
I did that this weekend when I was at home in Sanford.
thanks for calling me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, went to one of these, places that's been in Sanford for I think this place opened in 1923. That's the first thing I smelled when I walked in the door. We walked in to get a burger and some fries, but me and my mom ended up getting a big cone of ice cream after it was all said and done, and it was really good.
And if you can get one of those homemade waffle cones right when they come out, I know it's going to melt the ice cream faster, but it's still a little bit soft. Oh my gosh.
Y'all, I know this is off topic, but I just need to let you know that Ed is a hero. This weekend, when he was at home, the dog jumped in the pool, and what does Ed do?
He went in after
I
him.
didn't tweet about that. I tweeted about planting trees, but yeah, my 17-year-old dog decided to go for a swim in the pool, and what did I do? I jumped in with my clothes on and rescued my dog. A different type of rescue.
That is
I would've
literally
done the
to
same
the
thing.
rescue.
Yeah, that is definitely to the rescue. I had clothes on and everything. The water was a bit chilly for my taste, for sure. But the dog was the first one in the family to jump in the pool this season.
Lucky dog.
It was
Yeah.
warm enough.
I'm glad I was there.
Oh,
Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
You guys are coming up with some great
Oh,
combinations
yeah,
here.
these flavors are awesome.
You know,
Yes,
you
vanilla
also-
ice cream and lemon pound cake. That sounds super good. LeVar Jarrell, oh, I know your cousin. He said, if you guys like ice cream, check out Scoop Zone. My cousin just opened up a location in the Four Seasons Mall. Yes, I am friends with your cousin Rob. Yeah, because he just opened up a Scoop Zone location at the Four Seasons Mall. So I don't know how many other Jarrells are out there that did that. So
What is a Polish cake?
it is not as sweet. It's really good. So I had a lot of Polish food when I was up in Connecticut. I'm clearly not Polish and didn't make Polish food, but I got really into it. Especially my roommate was Polish, so she would take me to this spot that was maybe about 5 miles off campus, and it is really, really
Yeah.
good.
Polish food is good.
It is
really,
so good.
really good.
And pierogies are like
Oh,
my
you
favorite.
can't go.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's the only reason why I really know about it, but it's so good.
Well, in talking about the ice cream, I got to give a thumbs up or 2 thumbs up to Dairy Queen, and that's one of the places I don't go very often, but they have 20 different flavors of blizzards.
Blizzards.
Those blizzards are kicking. They're awesome. you know. All the different flavors that they have, really good.
Do you get yours and turn it upside down when you get it just to make
They
sure
have
made
to,
it
or
right?
it's free.
That's right.
I did not know that.
Yes. Start turning it upside down.
Turn it upside down if it stays in the cup.
Yeah.
They
Everything.
should do it to you before they give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still do it anyway. I'm just like, was that fake or is it real?
Well, guys, we might have to move on here because our Brian said, y'all got my mouth watering.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, mine is actually starting to dry up because it's saying get something in there real quick. But there's so many great combinations that you guys have shared. If you guys end up trying this Bluebell ice cream, please send us a message and let us know. I'm going to look for it when I go to the store today.
Yeah,
see
well,
if I can bring some in.
Since your
Taste test.
since your mouth is drying up, I will read some of the headlines here for just
All
a
right,
second.
let's go.
Let's get to your
all
morning
you.
headlines here. Chief Justice John Roberts has ordered an investigation into a leak of a February draft opinion on abortion. The document published Monday by Politico indicates the Supreme Court is prepared to overturn Roe v. Wade, the 1973 decision legalizing abortion. Keep in mind, this is only a draft. Justices can change their vote by the final release. The court is expected to rule on the case before its term ends in June or July.
All eyes on the Federal Reserve today as it wraps up. The central bank is expected to raise interest rates by 0.5 percentage point, the largest increase in 2 decades, as it looks to slow inflation. Chairman Jerome Powell will also hold a news conference offering his thoughts on the global and U.S. economies.
During the pandemic, some working mothers had to choose a really tough role, either parenting or going to work. Childcare was really hard to come by. A Greensboro organization is doing its part to change that story and help women get back into the workforce. WFMY News 2's Itanise McMiller is outside the Women's Resource Center in Greensboro with how they're giving women first dibs on some new career opportunities.
Well, the Women's Resource Center of Greensboro is investing a little more into women today who have left the workforce. They are hosting a job fair for the ladies only. These women will have face-to-face, one-on-one access to some of the largest employers in the Greensboro area. Take a look. Big name companies like Cone Health, Truist, and Bank of America are looking to fill hundreds of positions. Women 18 and older can come to the Resource Center anytime from 9 a.m. to noon to network. These recruiters want to hire and retain women who may have had a break in employment.
I encourage, even if you've been out of the workforce for a couple of years, I encourage you, definitely come and network, talk with employers because they're looking for people even if they've had a period of absence.
Some progress is being made. In March, women made up nearly 63% of all jobs gained in the U.S. However, the National Women's Law Center data shows there are still more than 800,000 fewer women in the labor force now than in February of 2020.
I think the pandemic had a great, effect on that. A lot of women had to stay home. They had to quit their jobs and take care of children, homeschool them, in fact, for, almost 2 years. And so a lot of women didn't have the flexibility to be able to do that and work, so they left.
And the great thing about this job fair is these employers are aware that some of these women are mothers, so they are offering some remote options as well. And if you can't make it out to today's job fair, the Women's Resource Center has their Women's Job Club that meets the first Wednesday of every month. You can learn more about that program by visiting WFMYnews2.com.
Everyone's looking to hire. Here's another option. A Triad school district has about 300 open positions. The Alamance Burlington School District's looking for teachers, teachers' assistants, bus drivers, food service workers, mechanics, counselors, nurses, so much more. You can learn about all the jobs up for grabs and the pay at Alamance County Schools Job Fair this Saturday, May 7th. It's from 9 a.m. to noon in the Career and Technical Education Center on Buckingham Road. Make sure you register first because they want all your information so they can have the best conversation possible with you.
All righty, checking that 7-day forecast. A hot and humid day for the Piedmont. We're on our way to the mid-80s. A few pop-up storms in the afternoon. A slight chance of a strong or severe storm. We'll keep an eye on that. And then behind the cold front, a little less humid and cooler tomorrow. Sun and clouds and pleasant upper 70s. But another system heads our way for Friday through Saturday evening. It's going to bring a pretty good shot of rain and thunderstorms on Friday. Showers coming up on Saturday. Notice the trend to cooler weather. 78 on Friday, low 70s on Saturday. Mother's Day, with the exception of a morning shower, it should be a dry day, and temperature is mid-60s. Yeah, get her a sweater for Mother's Day. She'd probably, I know my mom would. She turns on the heat at 66.
My mom is always cold too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
So
You
there's probably something.
Yeah,
to it.
you and Megan are the same way, really cold-natured. It's like, it's cold. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, I don't want a sweater though, because I don't want to go backwards in
That's
terms
it.
of seasons. I'm full steam ahead to summer, but 79 looks perfect for tomorrow. I'm excited for maybe less humidity.
It'll be much more comfortable.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I need right now. All right, what you guys need is breakfast or ice cream, whatever you would like.
Both.
Both. An emotional eater, I love it. We'll be back tomorrow with more great conversations and your headlines. Join us on After GMS tomorrow at 7:45 on the News News Facebook page. We'll see you then.